KPJ, I think it was Tuesday, got arrested for felony assault and strangulation charge in an NY hotel. Accused of breaking a bone, choking, lacerations above the eye, bleeding. And this is to his girlfriend, ex WNBA player, Kaiser. Don't want to butcher her last name.
Yeah, I just know it's Kaiser.
Kaiser Goderizik. Let's go with that. If I butchered it, I'm sorry, guys. I've yet to see a good pronunciation for it. I'll get into some details in a second, but I know most of us are caught up on this. So, what's your initial reactions, or just your reactions, Damo Bezos?
It was just crazy because every time more news came out, like the day and the following day, bro, and Lo mentioned this on the last pod, like more details came out and it just got worse and worse and worse. Initially, I thought it was just not just. I'm not, you know what I'm saying. I thought it was a punch and that was it type shit. Like she has a black eye, but more details come out. He's like chasing her down the hall, really like beating her. Like I don't know, bro. She was nuts. I don't really think there is a conversation. Put bro in jail. Get him out the league. That I think the conversation really ends there. But I know there's other conversations to be had because I know Kaiser's sister got involved in making public comments, and then there was reception to that even. But that's where it ends to me.
Yeah, I keep it super, super simple. He's a piece of shit. There's no doubt about that. I know around the time of everything being released, there were still people, crazy to think, but it was still people every time something came out that still wanted to throw allegedly in front of things and wanted more information. I'm gonna just remain neutral until, bro, the moment you find out that she was in the condition that she was in, I don't know what. And when you see him getting picked up by the police, he's absolutely fine. I don't see any reason to wait for anything. What is there to wait for? There's no justification. There's no there's no explanation. There's nothing for me to even think about outside of fuck you. You're a piece of shit. That shit was disgusting. I hope his career is done. I know his career should be done. Nigga shouldn't be allowed to pick up a basketball anywhere. Nigga, you should be done. He should be thrown under the prison. And I think it's crazy that he has the clause or whatever. I mean, I understand why, but that the Rockets can't cut him without having to pay him. So now they're trying to find somebody to trade for him so they can cut him and pay him, which is just like, all right, bro. Like I don't, bro, get him the fuck out of here.
Can somebody explain that to me? Why can't they just outright cut him? Explain that to me.
They can't cut him. They just have to pay him. They don't want to give him the $16 million he's owed if he's cut.
Okay, so they don't want to give him the
they don't want to give it to him. But so they're trying to trade him and give away assets so someone else can get him and then I guess cut him and get the money. I don't know if they don't want to go under the cap or whatever the situation is.
It might also be the principle of the thing. It might also be the principle of the thing too. Like, no way you just did this and you just gonna get out of it, and we pay you your whole last contract. Like,
but somebody's gonna have to.
I'm not saying he's gonna get the money regardless.
He's gonna get the money regardless. That's the way NBA contracts are set up. So with that being said, what's his name? Raphael Stone. Is that the owners for the Rockets or whatever? The Houston Rockets team. Houston Rockets. Raphael Stone. Houston Rockets fans. All of y'all are pieces of fucking shit too, right? I don't think that you're to me. Oh, Tillman Fertitta is the owner. My bad. Raphael Stone, still fuck you. You're part of the organization. But Tillman Fertitta, look, y'all are all pieces of shit as well. What I saw that day is, of course, when Rockets Twitter found out about this, the way that they handled it was very much, oh, it's alleged. We still need to hear it out and all that stuff like that. And mind you, I think that that's part of the problem with the whole don't believe all women conversation and don't believe all victims conversation. Hear me out as I go. I can see the pander comments and all that stuff here. Mm-hmm. All these sentiments all the time are just taken way out of proportion from their original meaning, right? That wasn't a call to just blindly believe anybody, et cetera, et cetera. But don't be insensitive to victims whether they're alleged or confirmed, of specific acts, specifically violence. So I seen people on the TL all day when the shit dropped. Well, wait till it comes out, or I need to hear both sides and all this, that, and the third. And that's fine. I guess you're disgusting to me. But then I hear stuff about, oh man, Cam Whitmore just got an opportunity here. What is this going to do for the rotation? Everything else besides, damn, I hope she's okay. Prayers for the victim, et cetera, or just shutting the fuck up. That's also always an opportunity.
I feel like that's a lost art. That's a lost art on social media, is motherfuckers just not commenting. I didn't think that would be a thing, to just scroll by something and just not say anything. Like, why does everyone feel like their opinion absolutely matters on every single situation that happens? Like, sometimes you can just scroll by.
And so,
if you really don't care.
And then to add on to that, in the conversation of the ownership and all that, y'all are fucking pieces of shit as well. Look, you took on a project. You knew you took on a project. I got it sitting right here, and I know Damo wants to get into this guy, and I don't, because I was at one time like, yo, give KPJ a chance, et cetera, et cetera. He's young James Harden. We had those conversations, but you took a chance on this. Suspended by USC, personal conduct issues. 2020, accused of punching a woman, charges not pressed. I was at that party, if I'm not mistaken. He jumps into a fight, and we can play that clip as well. There were two women fighting. He jumps into the fight to break it up, and somehow just starts wildly swinging on a woman. Arrested for handling, not on both, but on one of them.
The one he was
niggas is like, yo, what are you doing, dog? What are you doing? Arrested for handling firearms in a vehicle, marijuana possession, and driving without a license. Verbal altercation with Cavs GM for moving his locker, traded to Houston. I think we all remember that one. Sustained minor injuries in a Miami strip club altercation. Dispute with Rockets coach John Lucas at halftime, angrily left mid-game. That's that thing with Christian Woods. And then this shit from a couple days ago. So before this, you had all of this. You took on this project. You took on this mess. And now something happens on your watch. You have the opportunity to lie in it. This is your shit. Take responsibility as men and clean your shit up. But you don't. Hey, I want to push this off on somebody else. Let's see if we can get this off on somebody else. Take that $16 million to the fucking chin and keep it pushing.
That shit is nasty. That's absolute. That's when I seen that, I know I threw out a tweet saying something about it. Like, I understand the Rockets gonna be nasty, but if somebody actually accepts this trade for the sake of a draft pick, that's even nastier in my opinion. Like, that's just nasty, bro. Like, cut him. I'm with you. Cut him. Take the 16 mil loss. Fuck it. It's 16 million. You are a fucking gazillionaire, buddy. You're not. No NBA owner's main interest is their fucking basketball team in terms of money. That's not none of them. No owner of a fucking that's not how any of them are ran. There's always a side thing for fun, thing for show and shits and giggles. But so take that 16 mil loss. It's fine. Get past it. But to go out and try to trade them off to somebody else so they can cut them, that's dumb.
Yeah, even the attempt is like, even attempting, yo, who wants this woman beater? Does anyone want this woman beater? You might have to waive him after, but hey, man, he's very talented. He's a very talented basketball player, up and coming. You're nasty. Houston, you're fucking nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
Shouts out to Andrew Sullivan for the 10 subs.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew, by the way, for the 10 gifted. And then shout out to Persian for the $10 donation. He says KPJ really about to have a Olivia Benson on his ass in the next few weeks.
We just crossed 900 subs. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my god!
Tell these folks out here. This is crazy.
Shout out to us, man.
Mid KPJ conversation is crazy, but I don't get it. I don't get it. It's nasty, and I hope NBA teams, and I'm pretty sure, unless they wink them, they have that private conversation. Yo, you do this for us now. Later on down the line, once we, I don't know, move on from Jalen Green or whatever, you'll have first dibs or something like that. So that's why you take Kevin Porter right now.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, if I'm any team, no, I'm letting you sit in your shit, buddy. Like you gonna have to sit in this stinky pile of doo-doo that you decided to take on because you decided to take it on, which was fine. Hey, you decided to gamble. We all do that. But again, you decided to take it on, live with it, clean it up. The other thing that I find interesting in this conversation, well, let's talk about, and again, prayers to Kaiser. I mean, a broken vertebrae. They said that he walked in on her while she was sleeping in the hotel room and then just decided to, just start choking her and beating on her as she was sleeping, et cetera, et cetera.
That's a weak man right there, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's some weak ass shit for real.
Yeah.
It's sick, bro. Crazy. The shit's disgusting. All over the fact that he was locked out of the hotel room.
Now Kaiser's sister has been going off on, Kevin Porter Jr. This is ex-fiance, I believe, to Dwayne Haskins. Man, I don't want to. Oh, she was married. She was married to Dwayne Haskins. My bad. Calabria Haskins.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to butcher her name, but she's been going off on him as well. Fuck pussy ass peon Porter and that rank ass that raised him. Oh my god, standing on everything I said, ain't protecting shit about no woman beating bitch. He tried to kill Kaiser. My sister could be dead right now. Imagine that. We can talk about hypocrisy if y'all want to. I know they're gonna say something if we don't talk about the hypocrisy and potentially what she's saying based off of her past with Dwayne Haskins. But we also got Miles Bridges commenting on this situation. There's no place for Kevin Porter Jr. in our league. It's unacceptable. He was a nightmare of a human being in high school too, constantly in trouble. I hope he is blackballed from the NBA if there's enough public pressure.
Miles said that?
Yeah.
Miles Bridges said that.
That's crazy for Miles.
Speak on it, Damo. Speak on it.
Hey, man, you fucked up if Miles Bridges is telling you how bad of a human you are for beating a woman. That's insane. That's the nigga that just got suspended for hitting a woman. He's like, nah. I mean, I know what I did, but this nigga tripping. Like, all right, bro. Like, again, some niggas just need to shut up.
I don't know, man. I understand why the internet is reacting the way that they are, because if there's one thing the internet does love is those gotcha moments. Wait, ain't this you type shit? But I don't know. I feel like I'm empathetic towards her because I'm just trying to view it from her shoes. Yo, my sister just got beat the fuck up by her boyfriend. I feel like as her sister, I got the right to be mad. Like, am I bugging for that? I don't know. Like, understand, again, the internet is going to bring up the past and, oh, ain't this you? But I also completely understand from her perspective of like, yo, this is my sister. I care about her. You know, like she literally almost fucking died. So at the least I could do is, talk shit online. That's the very least I could do in this situation. I don't know. And sometimes, man, I ain't gonna lie. Maybe this is a hot take. It's okay to be a hypocrite. I'm not gonna lie. It's okay to be a hypocrite, to expect people to be 100% consistent on every single issue, every single time is just not gonna be the fucking case. Everyone has their biases, and that's fine. That's part of being human is the fact that you do have your biases.
Yeah, I personally agree with the sentiments. Now they're talking about. Oh, somebody said that was a fake quote. My bad.
Yeah, Chad was on your ass about that one.
My bad. Damn, I got ball sacked. God.
I think there was another one though that actually was from her, not that specific one.
No. The Miles
Bridges.
The Miles Bridges one. Okay.
Damn, sacked again. But whatchamajig? What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh, so what they're referring to is Dwayne Haskins being beat on by his girlfriend at the time. I believe she was his girlfriend at the time.
So this was her?
That was her sister. That was the sister.
No. Yeah, the one that tweeted out about him being a pussy ass woman beating a hoe. She was the one that was beating up on Dwayne.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's this whole situation is crazy.
Felony battery. She got a felony battery charge and domestic violence resulting in bodily harm stemming from an alleged altercation July 3rd at the Cosmopolitan. She was accused of punching him in the mouth by the police report. And apparently there was a piece of tooth and blood in the room when the police went and searched the room. And she's the one. That's what they're talking about when they say it's, oh, this is like hypocrisy.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this. Right message. This might be the wrong messenger. Yeah.
Now I will say that the charges were dropped. Yeah, the charges were dropped. They did end up arresting this woman for what she did. Where is that? Is that it right there? Yeah, that's it right there. This is her right here. You know, they did end up arresting her, and the charges were dropped. Case was dismissed. So I don't, you know, how you feel about that is how you feel about that. My thing from the internet this week and these past 2 weeks has been people are going to pick and choose what they say, because in other situations, if charges got dropped, then people would probably most likely never bring it up like as a got you moment. But for her, this was definitely a got you moment to do a right person, wrong messenger. But like B-So said, I ain't gonna lie, even if I did it in the past, if it's happening to my sister, I'm still gonna stand 10 toes on the fact that this should be like that shouldn't be happening. Period. Point blank. I don't know.
Very true.
I want to talk about a couple more things from this. This is just the footage from the body cam of that 2020 incident, the altercation at the party.
The guys jumped in. Some guy was trying to separate it, and some guys, it was like Kevin, what's his name? Kevin Porter and the girl boyfriend, they attacked us.
So Kevin Porter, he threw his drink. Cause I'm like, that's my sister. You know, I can just jump my sister. He threw his drink in my face, pulled my wig off, and then punched me into the refrigerator. So then,
damn,
Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah. I don't know. Two other things that I want to talk about from this is going back to the reception and how people are perceiving this. So do y'all personally feel like, and chat, you can answer this too, do y'all feel like they've been like the general public, the timeline, you've been seeing people on there receive this sentiment or this situation differently than other situations? Do y'all feel like they've been receiving it a little bit differently?
I've seen
the other.
I've seen what you're talking about. I would say yeah.
So just any other situation in regards to like DVB souls, like, you know, Miles Bridges, Tory Lanez Meg Stallion, Brick Lady, just whoever else when it comes to DV or any type of violence.
I'd say it's different from the Tory situation. I feel like there were more Tory defendants and, like, you know, defending Tory in that situation compared to this situation. But there's a couple variables that kind of, for lack of a better term, justify that difference, though, I guess.
On average, I feel like the perception of this one is a lot different, and the stance people took and how quick people were to take the stance of the woman, at least even if there were a minority of people taking the other side or trying to be play devil's advocate in those other situations, they weren't, I guess, magnified like this situation was, I guess. Or those might have been magnified more than in this situation. But with this one, I definitely feel like a lot more people gave you the, if you want to look at it from an internet meme side, oh, he beat this, throw him under the jail type shit. Or they were just really quick. A lot of people's opinion, I've seen people's opinions change once they found out who she was.
I was just surprised because she like actually knew her type shit, so it surprised me on that front. But I'm thinking about it right now. I'm trying to think back as to like when we talked about the Tory and Meg shit, when like shit was coming out. from what I remember, the internet was very like pro Meg, and like if you said anything otherwise, like you get like a lot of backlash.
From my recollection, when and the Jonathan Majors situation as well. I forgot about that. That's pretty recent. So from my recollection, there was a lot of pro Meg in that kind of ish. But what I saw a lot of was we gotta wait for details. 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 And after a lot of these cases, Johnny Depp, I forgot about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. After a lot of these cases, it's been a situation where people just come to these sentiments of, and this is why I wait for details, or we got to stay neutral, et cetera, et cetera. But I see a lot of people in this regard, some of those same people that are already, I believe her, 10 toes, I'm siding with her, she's the victim, et cetera, et cetera. And then I also see, and Donald, he alluded to it earlier, stuff like this. How you assault this. Now, somebody's probably going to say we're reading into this just a little bit too much, but how you assault this implies that there is something else to assault, my bad. If you can't assault this, you assault that. It shouldn't even matter what picture is here. How could you assault anybody, really, right? Man, woman, child, elderly, the age doesn't matter, or whatever the case may be. And so then I see stuff like this, and we could call this troll all we want to. We call this troll bait all we want to, all that stuff like that. But I see somebody, this shit's starting to get weird. Her being ugly makes it more understandable, and we can call these trolls. I mean, yeah, kind of. Yes.
The crazy thing is, motherfuckers will chop it all up to trolling when it's all not trolling. There's more people than you would expect being dead ass serious when they're saying yes. Or some people who dead ass have that stance. And I mean, I guarantee you can find somebody with a quote tweet on the brick lady. Like, I mean, pretty sure that's out there.
And they never have their actual face as their profile picture. It's crazy, man.
It's fucking.
You can say it's jokes. You can say it's jokes, and at the end of the day, it's just trolling. But the jokes and trolls motherfuckers let get off is very telling about the time. If I tell you, with all these people that's getting exposed for their old tweets, if I tell you, 10, 15 years ago, that was just the jokes. That's what we let fly back then. If it's not acceptable, it's not acceptable. Let's be real. Let's be. I know B-Soul just had his take on everyone can't be. It's okay to be a hypocrite. Be consistent. It's impossible to just be consistent all the time, but let's really be consistent here. There's no way you're gonna go and cipher through somebody's tweet. You're not invited to the cookout. You said the N-word back in 2009. Nope, doesn't matter. That was comedy. Doesn't matter you were trolling or it's a joke. Hey man, you can't do that. But now with this, no, this is just trolling. They're just joking. Like, all right, buddy, okay.
I have been seeing that more lately, though. People just using trolling as an excuse to be dickheads and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was trolling, bro. Relax. Even with like pranks and shit. It was a joke. I know you're working, trying to provide a living for yourself. Came into your workplace. I'm disturbing shit, but it was a joke, bro. Relax. I'm trolling. All right.
And I'm starting to see. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast today, and saying similar situation with like people saying things are buzzwords. Like everything isn't a buzzword. Buzzword is an excuse for unintelligent people to not understand what the fuck is actually being said. And sometimes what's being said is by somebody unintelligent, but they were talking about narcissist being a buzzword and gaslight being a buzzword, and that people don't mean it, don't know what it means, et cetera, et cetera. So that's why they just don't even like look into it. I just don't even, I don't give a fuck about that.
I'm not gonna lie though, gaslight was a word that was like, it's a recent word for me that people just use, and I don't even think most people know what gaslighting even means.
And I don't understand that, but all the time it's not a buzzword meant to get you triggered or whatever the case may be. It's just not.
Yeah. Nah, I got you.
Like these are real things. Pronouns aren't buzzwords. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not.
What's this new shit?
What is
God.
this? What you mean? She, him? She, her? They, them? How is that new shit? We've been using that.
I'm
It's not a
saying.
buzzword.
Not like this. Not like this. Not like this. There's new ones, bro. Like, all right, man.
I don't.
The new one is they. The
Niggas,
fuck? They?
niggas hate updating shit. Niggas hate updating terminology. They hate things that change. What do you mean they? We call people they now? Like, all right, buddy. Like, it's not that serious.
You've been using they in sentences. Like, why is this crazy? You've been using they. They have been using they.
Imagine in the NBA world, motherfuckers dead ass getting pissed about like the change in definition of the word playmaking. Bro, this isn't what I grew up on.
I think they do though.
They are. I'm gonna say they are like that. You will run into some circles of motherfuckers, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Rondo is a top 3 playmaker of all time. I mean, he was a good passer. Oh my god, you one of them? Stat nerd? You what? It's not passing, is playmaking. That's what it is. Like, all right, man. All right, Unc. Can you just cut my hair? Like, I don't even want to
Cut my hair, please. Please.
My fault, G. I was just trying to have a conversation.
Some of these terminologies be throwing me off though. I'm not gonna lie. What was that? Table setter.
setting?
Great table setter. Chris Paul or Jordan Poole. I mean, Chris Paul's a great table setter.
I need to see KB dribble the ball twice with the same hand. I just need to see it. Last thing I want to bring up from this situation. Yo, 9/11 subs is crazy. On 9/14, chat. I don't know what we're doing. Might have to change that. I saw this, and I might not understand. Like, I might be reading this totally wrong. It says that, this is a report, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all are right. They're getting the information out of this fast. Bezos is right. They getting hella information fast.
Yeah.
From this shit. Kaiser, girlfriend of Kevin Porter Jr., and her representatives strongly refute claims of abusive, I think I'm supposed to say relationship. They say the narratives aren't true, and in no way does that represent what their relationship has been. How do y'all interpret that?
Well, one, I mean, all you see people is, oh, well, this is crazy because statistically, the victim always tries to protect their abuser. I've been seeing that shit all day. I mean, but it's obvious she ain't trying to get the nigga in trouble. There's no way you're gonna tell me this nigga got into the hotel room, seen you sleep, and just attacked you, and I don't think that nigga's abusive. There's no way. Not with the track record. And not with that situation. I don't give a fuck if that was his first time putting his hands on you. That's just his first time putting his hands on you. I'm pretty sure he has attacked another woman before if he sees you sleeping and just snaps like that. There's no way. So, predictable, I'm not surprised.
Pull it up again. I just want to understand the quote one more time. But to Damo's point, though, because my girl's she's a victim advocate, and she tells me stories about her job all the time of like that actually being the case. Like, people call her to charge their boyfriends, and literally the next day they'll call, it was just a bad fight. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a normal, we just had a bad day type shit. So that shit does definitely happen. Mm-hmm. But let's see. Kaiser, girlfriend of KPJ, and her representatives strongly refute claims of abusive. They say the narratives aren't true, and in no way does that represent what their relationship has been. Yeah, I think it's one of those cases. Maybe I'm tripping, but
okay. So I'm, and this is from Baller Alert. So take this with a grain of salt. I read this. I'll say this. I read this, and what I got from it was she's saying that she hasn't been in an abusive relationship, but this time he did abuse her. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. That's the way that I read it. Because I know people were trying to paint this as, look at this guy, look at this abusive guy. He's probably been doing this the whole time type shit. And now this is just coming to light. But the way I read it was like, okay, this relationship hasn't been this. And now, it's become this. So this is the full Baller Alert type shit. I don't want to keep starting. Let me read it from here. Shedding light. This is Kaiser's representative issued an exclusive statement of Baller Alert, shedding light on the incident and requesting privacy and respect. Miss Kaiser God, I don't want to butcher her last name. Wants to express her deep appreciation for the public support and prayers in regards to our client. Much that has been written in the press attributing statements to her are misleading and inaccurate, says Robert Hantman. She has not granted nor released any statements on her own volition. She asks everyone to respect her privacy and avoid speculation as to what occurred and refrain from disclosing any misleading statements as to Mr. Porter. She asked that the press and all officials refrain from any judgment and speculation on this matter, which will be rectified properly and with integrity. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I get it now. I mean, we just ultimately don't know what their relationship dynamic was like, though. So, I mean, it's fair from that front. It could have been a case of it could be a case of an abuser, the victim defending the abuser, or it could just be, hey, they were fine the whole time. Maybe but he had history prior to their relationship, but during their whole relationship they were fine, and this was the moment he snapped, type shit. We just don't know enough about their relationship to really say if it's a true or false statement. So,
I would say that this probably proves that he probably hasn't been physically abusive to her, but and you know what? Maybe this is me trying to sound like Mr. Know Every Nigga, but again, as a person who can't perceive putting his hands on a woman, I'm not the type of nigga to even say, call my girl out her name. Like, if we argue, I might get loud, but other than that, I don't demean, I don't belittle, try to do none of that shit. I would assume if you seen your woman sleeping and would be willing to do what he did, you've been verbally abusive before.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think that you've just been this saint of a person and then one day you just choke a motherfucker while they sleep and almost break their neck beating them. Maybe he wasn't physically abusive this entire time, but I definitely think he was verbally abusive. I think he was emotionally abusive.
Well, not almost broke that shit.
Well, yeah, broke a quarter. Yeah.
Just but no, I 100%. I actually 100% agree with you. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if folks just hop out the window one day, but if she's saying, don't jump out the window and just start saying stuff, I guess. But
if you don't want the narrative to be he's been abusing you the whole relationship, fine. He hasn't been physically abusing you. He hasn't been beating you up this whole time. But I will say you've been abused. I would assume you've been abused the entire relationship. I just can't fathom you not having some form of abuse.
Yeah.
If it's not physical abuse, we won't call it physical abuse. But he definitely abused you in some way this entire time. There's no way this is just the first instance in totality.
Get ready to fight those pandering allegations, fellas. That's exactly what they gonna say to y'all.
There's no way motherfuckers is about to call us panderers for this one. There's no way.
Somebody is.
Somebody is, man.
And I would
you can't make everyone happy. That's what I've learned about being on the internet for 6-7 years now, bro. You can't make everyone happy. You know what I'm saying? There will always be a side that just disagrees with you. You gotta take that shit to the chin. So
everyone that I assume will call me a panderer for my take. I just assume you punch women. You listen to Chris Brown still, buddy.